welcome back to my next video. What's been happening with my transition and whatnot. First, not really transition wise, but something that I've been doing for over 6 months was I changed my whole entire hair care routine to help my hair start growing again and to get the thickness back and trying to get all the layers all even and prevent breakage. And this last few months I started doing micro trims on my hair, which has helped a lot, and parts of it has broke, which was frustrating, and I was going through a shedding stage like of hair growth, that stage, which was frustrating. But if you haven't heard of her as Catherine Hair Care, Catherine's like videos and her hair oil, her product, I've been doing a lot of her stuff that she's recommended, that just research she's done in her videos, and going back to like that historical hair care. I've been doing more of that with like the hair oil, how I wash my hair and when I wash it. More like when I wash my hair, and using a board bristle brush and all that. It was this part of my hair, because my hair is like really long, unbraided. It's barely at my thighs now. But this part right here, if you can see, from up here down, has thickened. This part through here did end up thickening with the layers become more even, but then part of it ended up breaking because this bottom part's the older hair, and I was just having issues until recently, this last week, no, the last few weeks, it started not having that extra like shedding and those kind of issues. So that's where I'm at with my hair growth. Last time it was actually like full on cut, not micro trims, but full on cut, was April 24th of 2009. Yeah. I've just been struggling until I learned that hair care. Other than that, that's pretty much where I'm at with that. The next thing is with the orthodontist, with my braces and all that. Just had my appointment. They just changed out the wires, and I can already tell a huge difference. The last month, the gap right here has closed a lot more. This one right there, and it's pretty much going, at this stage it feels like it's going quicker just with changing out the wires and the band, how they have to tie from here to here, like the way they have to, yeah, in like a figure 8 patterns, how they did it from here to shift that over. Just within that first day, I can tell it's closed a lot. So what they're planning on doing is get that gap closed first. Once it's closed, then the rest of my teeth, they're going to make sure that visually, like physically and like visually, it's all aligned. And looks even. If we look at my canines, the one here and the one on this side, how this one's lower and this one's up higher. That's how it's always been when that one's come in. And I'm not sure why. He was saying they can try to lower so it's even with it, but they can't go too far because it can damage the root and actually kill it. Then I could lose that tooth. So they're gonna see what they can do, but they want to get that gap closed first. So, and cause a lot of pain is what they said. So, yeah. It was 2 weeks ago. I had the electrolysis appointment. She said some hairs are gonna come back, some are gonna go away, but most of it's gonna go away, but some will come back. I only feel like a few hairs, like one right here specifically, I've noticed has come back, but I'm waiting a little bit longer because sometimes some hairs take longer to come in than others. So I'm waiting to see where that, if any other hairs come in, so I can get all treated at the same time. I just have to remember too, if the hairs get too long, the ones already in, I'm waiting for the others to come in to make sure I trim it, but not all the way down, just trim it so it's shorter. And 2 days before my appointment, start drinking lots and lots and lots of water. Both days. Because she's saying that helps hydrate. It stays in your system longer and it stays in where the hair follicle is. And it actually helps benefit the treatments a lot more when it's extremely super hydrated. Because it helps to kill it off and it helps to pull the sheath out with it, with the hair. So, to make sure I do that. I also did see the nutritionist, and she's changed a few things in my diet. With the boost of very high calorie shakes I've been using to gain weight, she wants me to stop using those and go to one that's much lower calorie than that. Then with the yogurt I've been eating, she's wanting me to do like half and half, like the whole milk one and like a 2% one. Like eat the same amount, but half and half of each. She said it will improve the texture and yeah. Keep my breakfast the same, keep my snack the same, but instead of using the high calorie shake for my protein, to actually add actual protein from like leftovers or just in general to that with vegetables. So it's pretty much because how I've been eating when I've been getting my breakfast, it's been a little bit later. So I wasn't hungry at lunch. So you're just counting my snack as lunch. So adding and changing it that way. And she wants me to focus on body perception over my weight. Because what I mentioned was the last few months, yeah, this part right here is where I've been noticing it started to store the fat through here. So she wants me to focus on body perception over the weight gain so I don't have the bad fat around the organs. And with exercising, focus on like strength training, like making sure the muscles are strengthened. Like when I was going to the pain specialist. She wants me to continue doing those exercises as well. But the thing is, I've been not consistent with my exercises since then. Yeah, I'm not seeing them anymore at the pain specialist since my last appointment. So I have to really get back on track with that. And she was saying I don't have to do it all at once because the day that I did see her, the day before, is when I got another shipment in of the shakes. So I was wanting to finish off what I bought before switching to another shake. So, yeah. But with all of this, the hormones are still going good with how I feel and everything. And with it all, I'm still having breast growth. Before doing this video, I actually took my measurements again just to make sure, because they're still growing and it hurts really bad. There hasn't been much changes since a few days ago when I checked, but I wanted to check just to make sure because how bad it's been hurting for the growth. They're still growing. What's happened was my standing bust measurement has gone up 1/2 inch. And my band size, like all 3 band measurements, like the tight, snug, and loose, is still in the 32-inch band range. In the range where it still has my cup size bigger. Because according to the website, a bra that fits, I'm now a 32L, depending on where my, like, the under bust measurements for the band. Those 3 measurements, it's like, depending where those are, influences where your cup size will be. So, yeah, it's in the range where, because I took my measurements and like something didn't make sense. So I retook it just to make sure because I have scoliosis. My kyphosis has gotten better, but it's the scoliosis itself. I have to, because I'm not wearing my shoes with my orthotics. So that makes a difference how I have to do the measurements. So, yeah. So I had to readjust, remeasure just to make sure. And yeah, I was off on one of them. So I fixed it. Yeah, I'm a 32L is what it says according to the website. A bra that fits. It doesn't look like it, but that's what I measure. This will be the best I can actually show how big they actually look. Yeah. That's how big they are. So, it's to the point. Back in March, I bought a new sports bra in an extra large because I knew I went up enough to where I needed to get new bras, but I was still able to use the large size, but I got the extra large instead because that's where I needed, and I'm glad I did because it's the kind of bra that you pull over instead of having the adjustable band. So if I got a large, I wouldn't have been able to get into it. So the extra large fits. Since this newer increase since then, I need a whole complete new set of bras. When I say whole new set, I mean, yeah. Because it's like through the bottoms through here. And with this pulled this way, I have on this bra the band looser, so it's not pulling right through here as much. So it's not all the way, because these bras you adjust the band like the hook and eyes to where your band size is how it's done. So you have more playability and adjustability, especially when it's hormonal your time of the month. If you gain enough to where you need a little more room, you can adjust. So I don't have it all the way into my band size, but I have it one looser than that. That's how I've been wearing them for a while for comfort. But if I were to move it in all the way to my band size, it'll pull right here on the sides of my bra, and all of this usually it folds down like this, and it just like really is uncomfortable and squishes everything, which it's already doing that with my breasts up through here, like where the bra sits, the top of it right here. So yeah, even though it doesn't look like I'm that size, that's what I'm measuring. And yeah, but the frustrating thing is I found the bras that I really like, that fit me well, that are perfect for me, because it has wider straps, like the shoulder straps right here are wider, and the back band is wide, and it's better for you to have the wider straps and back band. And the thing is, because I went up a size, I was hoping I wouldn't go up this quickly, and I still had a little more time before I need to get new ones, but most of the colors are sold out, so I'm limited on what I can get now at the moment until they restock. Because the brand I've been using is Under Outfit, and it's the Infinite Support Bra is the ones I've been using, because they're really specifically are designed for, like, it does fit smaller cups, but it's really good for support for large busted women, or individuals I should say. So they've been really good for everything, the wireless bras, because this one's specifically wireless, and it's been really good with how it fits my body and looks, especially under clothing, and I feel better wearing them than any other brands I have tried in the past. So that's where my frustration is, because right at the time I went up to where I needed to get new ones, it was all sold out in my new size, because I went from a large to an extra large in the cups. Even though the band still fits perfectly in the large, the extra large cups is what I need with a large band. So that's going to be hoping the large fits like the sports bra band. The extra large, I mean, in the extra large sports bra, the band in that bra I have. So if it does, it will work out. But yeah, they're sold out in all but like 3 or 4 size, like colors, but not the colors I need at the moment. So I'm like, this always happens. I've been noticing when I got to a specific cup size, it's been harder to find certain colors or like certain styles in a smaller brand and a larger cup. Then I found this brand. Then it's like they do limited edition colors, and I'm like, I'm not sure why they do limited edition colors instead of keeping them as regular in stock colors. Because I'm like, this is frustrating, because if you don't get it when they're released and they sell out, you can't get it again unless they re-release it. So I'm like, this is frustrating, because the basic colors, the basic 3 colors they have usually in stock, 2 of them are out of stock, the black and the other one, it's more, they call it sand, but it's more like towards that yellowish, like beige color. And if there are other color you usually have in stock is white. They have the white one, they have a pink one, and a blue one, and a brown one in stock in my current size. But I'm like, I need the black one and the sand colored one that they call sand for outfit options, because like I wanted to replace the colors I already have so I don't have to buy matching underwear, because I already have the underwear, but then they sold out and I'm like, this is frustrating. So that's where I'm at. So it's like, when will they stop growing so I can not continue having this same issue constantly? It's like, especially with how much bras cost. I'm like, woman problems, trans women problems, big bust problems. Yeah. But all in all, despite the situation with the bras, I'm extremely happy where they're at. I don't want them to go down in size when I do change the other part of my diet and start to exercise more regularly. I don't want my breasts to go down in size. If it does, that's going to cause some dysphoria. I know it, because that's what happened last time. It was causing a little bit. And just overall how I felt. So I'm trying so hard to not gain any more weight that's not breast growth or hips, butt, and thigh area. Just the breast, like only this area I'm trying not to gain, but everywhere else, if I gain weight everywhere else on my body, that's would be fine. So as long as I don't lose here and everywhere else, I lose when I get this taken care of, diet and exercise wise. I'm just hoping it doesn't affect everywhere else, but we can't pick and choose where it's going to gain or lose on the body. So I'm really hoping I don't lose, because it took forever to get to where I'm at physically with my transition, with HRT and my diet. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's my thoughts and feelings, my concerns and whatnot. But I'm extremely happy with them. It's just like yesterday morning, I had a huge, giant gender euphoria moment where they're at. And I'm like how I kept saying before, I'm going to keep saying this every time I say I'm happy with them and I'm comfortable with them and my dysphoria is pretty much gone and I'm happy where they're at and want them to stay. But if they go up in size, they do. It's like they went up to where they're at and I'm even more happy and comfortable with them and feel really good with my body where it's at now, and don't want it to change much unless the standing measurement goes up half an inch. That's what I'm trying to do, get a full half an inch bigger. I'm gonna do my best to try to keep my body staying stable right there, because that's where it would be the most beneficial for me right now in my transition, in my weight gain, or my weight journey, and body perception and all that, and getting my body strength and where it needs to be. That's what I'm trying and hoping I can get it to, and just stay stable right there. I really wanted to stay stable right there, with my bust being for a full 44-inch, and that would help a lot. So yeah, if I could stay there and be done with all that. So other than that, being extra large bust now and having to do what's necessary clothing wise now, meaning bras and other clothes that have to be replaced because of the size difference. I'm just hoping this stays and I continue to have these good moments in my transition and just life in general with it all. So other than that, I'm going to say this one thing that I will always say. I don't regret any part of my transition. I'm happy with it. I'm happy where my body's at. I want it to be, thankfully, here the best I explained, and I'm just happy. I'm not having dysphorias. My dysphoria is gone, except for the one dysphoria I have of not being able to become pregnant. That's the only dysphoria I still have and I struggle with once in a while. But the rest of my gender dysphoria is 100% gone. And I'm happy where my body's at, where my transition's at, from the beginning of my transition to like now, and all this, and the surgeries and everything, to where I'm at. I don't regret it, and I'm never gonna regret it. I'm the happiest I've ever been with myself and my body. So if anyone else can say different, this is my experience with everything. And yeah, with my body and where it's all at from before to now. So yeah. And one last thing, how it was a post I was reading on the internet about, do trans women lose strength and muscle when they start getting on HRT? Trans women specifically. And I like to say it depends on the individual. Okay, for me, this is to help educate based on my experience, what happened with me before I end this video. My strength is still the same as before I started transition, because when I had my strength tested, it was pretty much in the female range already. But my muscles, my arm muscles, were really small, and when I would flex, it'd be like squished together and up. But I've gained arm muscle. If I can show, this is where my arm muscles are, my actual muscles. So when people say trans women lose muscle, or they say all trans women lose muscle and strength together, I never lost strength or gained. I've only gained arm muscle the whole entire time I've been transitioning, and I have not done much arm exercises, only like a few things here and there that may contribute like a tiny bit, but not to the point where it would make them this big. So I don't know exactly what triggered my muscles to get this big. When I started HRT, that's when it started and triggered. So yeah, that's how big they are. And other than that, I can't say anything on any other person out there, only by my experience. So yeah, sorry for the video going long. I just wanted to explain those things and what's been going on in my transition. So until my next video, comments if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. And subscribe. Until then, boop, bitty doop, boop.